the Vazool, baby.
Come on in.
Well, hello, Screamers! Welcome to the Scream Until You Like It podcast. I hope you're still screaming. I hope you're starting to like it. I am Clint the Corn Zombie, which is a nod to maybe something we might talk about tonight. And I am joined with Canadian boy Ryan, who is one of the hormonal werewolves, and also the creator of the Scream Until You Like It Amityville retrospective. 2 episodes out so far, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. There might be a third very soon. And we're joined with a very special guest tonight. Another Canadian, one Mr. Matt Skinner. How you doing, man?
Great, thank you. How are you guys tonight?
Oh, fantastic!
Doing great.
Strangely enough, hearing your voice, it's almost a lot like listening to a giant sphincter in the sky. I don't know why that is.
You saw that? Fantastic.
Actually, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I knew that you did it.
Oh, so. Yeah, I mean, it's a short, so you should. It's a short, and it's on YouTube. You should watch it.
Oh my God, I need a link.
It's only like 10, 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did wind up watching it after it came out there because I realized I'd said before it's nice to put a voice to the face, and I realized no wait, I've heard Matt's voice before. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was just a great nod to like classic sci-fi horror from back in the day. It was good, great sense of humor.
For people who don't know, it's Attack of the 50-foot sphincter from space, and I voiced the sphincter.
Awesome.
I was born to play that role.
Born to play that role. That's awesome. Well, Matt, we've crossed paths many times before. I've even hosted private online movie premieres with Acrostar Films that you joined in on, and I think this is the first time we've actually spoken.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm kind of feeling the gravity of that right now, and I wanted to tell you that I feel honored and excited that you've joined us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. So, in light of that, I didn't necessarily want to jump directly into your current projects. I kind of just thought maybe we get a little background on Matt Skinner here, real quick. I mean, you're a Canadian.
I am.
You're a music fan.
Yeah, I am a music fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seem to recall seeing a lot of like references to like 80s metal and stuff like that, which really appealed to me because I'm an 80s.
Last year we saw Guns N' Roses and we saw Megadeth.
Yeah.
And we saw Anvil. I don't know if you know those guys down there. They're Canadian.
I don't think I do.
They're like they're an 80s metal band.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you recommended them, I'll give them a listen because I loved all the old 80s thrash metal.
Well, there's a documentary about them, and I'll DM you the name of it because I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anvil's in the title, but it's all about how they were like big, and then they didn't quite make it, and all these other bands did, and it interviews the other bands, like guys from Metallica and Slayer and stuff, talking about them. And then what happened was this came out in 2008, I think, and it like relaunched their career and got them like big gigs and on the talk shows. And I mean, the whole time they were touring and recording, they have a silly amount of albums. They're really fun guys. I met them at the show. It was at a small venue in Kingston in October, and they were hilarious. They noticed right away I was wearing a bootleg shirt because they do all their own merch, right? But it's because I'm fat. I needed that size, and they're like, "That's totally cool." They're like, "We sell that size in Europe," which is weird. You would have thought, North Americans were fatter, but they were really cool. And Charlie couldn't go. It was 19 plus, but it was the week of his birthday, so I grabbed him a bunch of like signed merch, and I got my pictures with them and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome. I can't believe that I didn't know anything about him before, but I'll tell you what.
He comes out in the crowd while he's playing guitar and like gets right up with the people, and it's a fun show.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna well, yeah, send me that documentary. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun.
Yeah. And I don't know if you consider it to be that, but I've seen some older pictures of yours, and I feel like you got a lot of punk rock style.
Oh yeah.
Like
Well, the Ramones are my favorite band.
yeah, I kind of got that impression, maybe from a couple of Facebook posts.
I have punk tattooed on one hand on my knuckles, so
Yeah.
from my
Yeah.
misspent youth.
Uh-huh. And a bunch of tattoos. Am I wrong in thinking that you were featured in a tattoo magazine at one point?
Yeah, like 20 over 20 years ago, I was in several of them when I was young.
Yeah. How long you been working on your tattoo collection?
I haven't been tattooed down over 20 years, but yeah, like I stopped in my mid 20s.
Wow.
They're all before I was in my mid 20s. Or my math is off. I was around 30 when I stopped, actually. So it was like it was throughout my 20s. Throughout my 20s, I spent my 20s getting tattooed, basically.
Okay.
I hear you might have to be getting another one soon.
Yeah, my first one in so long. And originally, I said I was going to get it on my butt, but I don't really want any tattoos on my butt. So it's a name, and I was like picturing a longer name. I thought, oh, I might have to do it on my butt. It's the only place I have space. But it turns out it's MMH, Matthew Mark Hunter. So I can put an MMH. I can squeeze that in somewhere other than my friggin'
Sure.
butt. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thanks for bringing that up, Ryan. What is the goal to make that happen? Since we're on that subject.
Oh, it's gonna happen because the goal was just make the movie.
Oh no! Should have made it more difficult for him.
I posted it as a joke. I was like, if someone makes this movie and casts me as the air fryer, I'll get your name tattooed on my butt. That was it. Wow. And like 3 days later, the campaign was half funded.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
See the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, just the indie horror community in general. I mean, you're a name that is very well known, simply for being such a huge supporter. I mean, there's many people that I've spoken to that knew your name immediately. And I was just curious, how long do you feel you've been connected to the indie horror scene, and how many films do you think you've contributed to?
It's only been like 3 years, not even. It started in 2021. And I mean, Charlie has over 100 special thanks credits. And he has, I don't know, 40 producer credits. I'm not sure. And a bunch of acting credits. I'd say 200. Yeah. I think I have a spreadsheet somewhere, but I kind of just gave up on it after like 185 or something.
Yeah.
It's got to be 200. And I've promoted and shared a lot more than that.
Right.
Those are the ones we've actually donated to.
Right. Yeah, I know the IMDb pages don't do it any credit, to how much you guys have actually done. Because I mean, and that stuff's about half the length of my arm. So just what I was able to find there. For the record, I noticed Charlie's name quite a bit whenever I'm looking through some of these indie movies, and honestly, it makes me smile every time I see it. Or if I see his picture in the background or something like that, I'm like, hey, there he is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I actually had someone DM me one day, and they're like, they had just been to a premiere, and they're like, I just saw Charlie on the big screen, and I thought that was great.
Yeah. I think I saw an indie writer like post something like that where he was watching a movie with his dad, and he jumped up and he said, "Hey, I know that guy's dad."
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I think.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
We're all over the movies. And for the longest time, like it was just Charlie, and I didn't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So like Charlie's really been into it longer than me, as far as being in the movies.
Right. What was it that made you make the jump into like trying to get little bit parts or something like that in these things?
I can't remember what the first one was. For whatever reason, I decided to try it. Was it Crackcoon maybe, which I haven't even done yet? It might have been. It might have been Crackcoon. That might have been the catalyst because I loved Cocaine Bear, and I love that everyone got on the bandwagon and started making similar type deals. So that might have been it, but I don't know. Something inspired me. But once I did it, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's neat.
I didn't know if it was the end of It Came From Somewhere, because I remember you guys got that perk where you did like the scream reel at the end.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't like the video as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not. I prefer not to be on camera. That's why I mean, I didn't do podcasts until this campaign ever, not one.
Yeah.
People had asked, and I was just like, no, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
But like I've done 3 or 4 this week, and I have 4 more scheduled this week. So
that's awesome.
Which is I got to be honest, because it was funny when you initially said that, I was worried. I'm like, oh, I feel bad. I'm going to be pulling him on video here. He's not comfy, but I got to say, dude, for somebody who says they don't like being on camera, you're really natural with it.
Honestly, I have progressive lenses, and I can't see any of us right now. So it's almost like I'm just doing audio.
That helps.
We're all just blurs.
Yeah. You're like, is someone there?
Well, it almost feels to me like it's just audio.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. If it helps, then I'm all for it. Let's see. How long you been on the Crackcoon project? You said you haven't done your bit part for that yet, right?
Oh, no, I've done it.
Oh, you have?
Okay. I voiced a redneck.
Okay.
And I don't know what a redneck sounds like. So I went on to YouTube, of course, and I found a video of Larry the Cable Guy teaching Larry King how to do a redneck voice.
I just got to Iowa. And by God, it's so dadgum cold. My nipples got there 5 minutes before I did.
By God, it's so goddamn cold. My nipples got there 5 minutes before I did.
Whoa.
And it was perfect. So I did my lines. I don't know which part he's going to use it for, because I read for 3 different parts. They were all rednecks, though.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be in it, and I love it. I love the idea, and I love that Brad takes his time. It's not coming out till next year, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. I think it will too.
I love Brad's work, so
yeah,
I love the stuff he's got out there now.
Yeah, I watched the trailer earlier. I wanted to refamiliarize myself with it because it was a while since I saw what that was all about. And I don't want to call it a designer drug. I want to say that it's almost like meth instead of like crack. That's driving people crazy. And these guys are getting pulled over by the cops and just toss it out the window, and a raccoon comes upon it. It looks amazing.
Did you see Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it clearly that seemed like the inspiration.
Oh yeah, well, there was a flurry of them, right, when that was popular. Everybody wanted to do something in a drug. I actually watched a shark movie. I think it was a Polonia Brothers one, and it was called Cocaine Shark, and it was
Cocaine Shark.
There was a guy dressed as a shark in like a shark costume for like 1 or 2 scenes, and that was it.
Yeah.
And again, it was about some designer drug, I think, but it was barely a shark movie, and it wasn't even really a cocaine movie. I don't think the shark actually even did cocaine. It was so funny. But that was literally just like, that's popular, so this is the title we're gonna slap on it right now.
I got you. Well, that's a shame.
Well, I mean, I still count it as a shark movie, and it's Polonia Brothers, so I still loved it. Like, the guy walking around as a shark was fucking hilarious. I wish the whole movie had been about that guy, but they probably had it in the can already, and then just slapped the title on it. So
yeah.
No, the Polonia Brothers, I've watched a few of theirs because they like to do dinosaur movies, and I am a sucker for a dino flick, and the Polonia Brothers they make a fun dino movie.
Yeah, they make fun of everything. I like, and you see like Jamie Morgan, Jeff Kirkendall, Tim Hatch. They're in those movies over and over again, and I love those guys. So I always get a kick out of their movies.
Yeah, those are some familiar names. Yeah.
Of course, right? They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Drink every time you hear their name.
Crackcoon got some traction too. I seem to recall that there was actually quite a few news sources for a little bit there, bringing up.
Really?
Yeah, I remember seeing it. For whatever reason, it got a little bit of time in the spotlight, just because of how ridiculous and that's what everybody said was like you thought Cocaine Bear was ridiculous, but he was a raccoon on crack.
Crackcoon, yeah. No, I'm really excited about that one. Actually, that was my header photo on Twitter for the longest time. The raccoon from the poster.
Yeah, well, that looked really good. I remember seeing some of the behind the scenes prop work posted somewhere. Might have been on the Crackcoon page, but it was really neat to see that they took that wasn't like completely made by hand. They took like a store-bought like stuffed raccoon and they just like did all this weird shit to it to make it look gross and rabid.
Okay, there's a good segue because that looks great, the raccoon, and that's what we did for our air fryer. We didn't actually build an air fryer from scratch. We bought one.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I know. And then we transformed it. And actually, this is going to air in a week, but tonight when we're recording this, it's actually dropping tonight. The pictures of it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
And it looks awesome. I can't wait to make it my profile picture.
I can't wait to see that too.
Yeah. That's our big thing. And the other thing is we're dropping our campaign video today when we're at like 182% on our campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, 182%.
Here's the thing that people got to realize, and the Mahal brothers are like the kings of this, of fundraising and making movies.
Right.
Michael's always giving out advice. And one of the things he always says is start your campaign asking for half of what you think you need. Because for starters, it makes it way easier to hit your goal. And Indiegogo, unlike Kickstarter, when you hit your goal, you can go in demand and then you can fundraise indefinitely. You can sell DVDs right up until the movie comes out if you want. So that's great advice. So that's what we did. We figured, probably need around $3,000 to make this movie. So we'll set the goal at 1,500, and we're getting there. Like I assume by the time this airs, we'll be at $3,000 because we're at 37 or 2,700 now. So
yeah,
and that's what we wanted.
Yeah, it looks like you got some pretty good names attached to it right now. I mean, I don't think I was surprised to see that Jessa Flux's name come up after her silhouette was shared basically the day before.
So funny. Matthew kind of wanted to keep it under wraps, but then he used like her real silhouette, I think, on the promo for it. Like, it was so obvious who it was.
Yeah, anybody who's seen Murder Size knows exactly who that was.
Yeah. And I spent the last 3 or 6 months telling everybody to watch that movie. So
yeah,
that was my favorite indie horror movie of 2023, for the record.
Oh, dude, that one was totally worth it, and I was so happy to see it hit. I was so happy to see it hit Tubi because then I got a chance to see it because I missed the Indiegogo campaign on that one.
After Barbie, that's the movie I watched the most in 2023. I saw Murder Size so many times. I thought it was hilarious. This is gonna sound bad, but I think I watch indie horror for like the effects, the special effects, the graphics, the kills.
Yeah.
The dialogue isn't usually the strongest part of the movie, but the dialogue is the strongest part of Murder Size. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
All of Kansas' bowling lines are hilarious. I mean, Jessa and Drew get all the attention because that one scene of theirs is amazing and it has won awards. Yeah. And it's the one I talk about the most too. But in general, like, Kansas is just every one of her lines is gold. Like, it's so funny. Everything she does in that movie is funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and
Paul Ragsdale, I don't know if Paula wrote it alone or if Angie was one of the co-writers, but might have been Angie too. They're hilarious. Anyway.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. That's what I appreciate about that movie too. Like the comedic aspect of it, like every line came out like a punchline. And I was like, this is so cool. even that guy who was like a grip or something like that, who was like thinking about his visions of being a director someday, and that
Yeah.
just guided everything he did.
The guy like Drew who wanted to join the union.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Marvick. He's fucking hilarious. And it's funny that came out when Barbie did, and it was like the same colors. It was the pink and blues, bright blues, like the same aesthetics completely. And Drew actually had the same fanny pack that Ken did, that yellow fanny pack. So
Oh, no way.
yeah, and I always loved both those movies. Like
I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's great. Well, not to pull it off that. Go back to Air Fryer Slaughter.
Yeah.
The Lloyd Kaufman's attached to this one too, right?
Lloyd Kaufman is attached to it, and Matthew Mark Hunter has 10 videos on Troma now. And if you watch his demo reel, which is at the top of our campaign page in the summary, campaign page for Air Fryer Slaughter, if you watch the 2023 MMH demo reel, it's all Troma-esque. Like, it's really fun, cheesy special effects, lots, like literally buckets of blood being thrown around. And when you watch it, it's only like 2 minutes, so I would suggest watching it. You're going to be like, this is exactly what is needed for a killer air fryer movie. This is what you want, And this movie is just going to be joke, gag, kill for 60 minutes. It's not going to be 2 hours. There's not going to be any 30-minute spans where nothing happens and people are just talking. It's going to be jokes and kills, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everything we want in a horror movie, basically.
Of course. I think this one's personally going to speak to Ryan, because I know he's a big fan of a good microwave kill. So maybe he'll like air fryers.
I watched Microwave Massacre?
Microwave Massacre. That is
yesterday or something, and I was really disappointed it wasn't about a killer microwave.
That is not the one, though. If you want a good microwave kill, you got to watch Superstition from 1982.
Oh, yeah?
The witch.
Is it about a killer microwave?
No, but it has an amazing microwave kill in it. And if you don't want to watch the witchy movie, that's fine, because the microwave kill happens in the first 5 minutes.
Gremlins has the classic too, right? Like,
I'd put it right up there with Gremlins.
Nice. I remember that kill in Gremlins being like all the talk with the kids afterwards, when it first came out. That microwave kill.
Oh yeah, because when you're a kid, you don't realize, and then you don't realize like 30 years later, it's still one of the best microwave kills of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know what the timeline is for the air fryer slaughter. If there's any real like talk about when filming on that.
I want to talk about that actually, because this is a big selling point if anyone's interested in donating to the campaign or getting involved. Matthew Mark Hunter is a beast. He's always putting out content. So when we announced this, he already had storefuls of fake blood and body parts and everything ready to go. So shooting is all scheduled. The first shoot is February 16th and 17th.
Wow.
And then 3 weekends in a row, he's filming both days. That's going to be the bulk of Principal, those 6 days. Then it's just remotes and pickups. He expects to be done, filming will be done in March. He expects post to be done in April. And he's saying the movie will be out in DVD for sure this summer. He's going to conventions this summer. He's going to sell it.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm used to waiting 1 or 2 years,
Yeah.
For a lot of them. So this is like, I like this because I'm the least patient person on earth. I hate waiting. This is actually the worst hobby for me because I hate waiting. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna have to wait for this one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be out soon. He has a bunch of local actors in Ohio that work with him on shorts all the time because he has like 200 shorts on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So they're ready to go, and he kept it local to make it easy, less travel and stuff, and so that helps him too. It's a well-oiled machine. It's all happening so fast.
Absolutely. Holy crap. That is insanely tight time frame.
I mean, we just announced like not even 2 weeks ago, I don't think. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's still a month left in our campaign. When he's gonna have the movie wrapped by the time the campaign's done, probably. Like he's going out of pocket for all of this
Wow.
because he didn't want to wait till he got the money, you know.
Oh, okay.
So he's just spending. He's spending based on what we raise.
Okay. Yeah. So he'll end up paying himself back, hopefully.
Well, as long as he doesn't go over, yeah, he will.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah.
So and like yeah, which is great because you know when we had a remote role, we didn't have to wait for the funds. We just paid right away. Like it's just so it works out great. And Speedwise can't beat it. I mean, he might get into post and he might get slowed down. You know that you never know. That it could take an extra month or whatever, but that's still an insanely fast timeline because usually you finish the whole campaign and then it's a while before filming starts after the campaign ends.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he doesn't fuck around, man. He's
apparently not.
no. So
that's great. No, I can't wait. No, I should probably get in on that campaign because I would sure love to see it. It looks like
I mean it's ridiculous. They have like he's got screen used eyeballs for only $30 and screen used torn off nipples for only $40. Like just crazy cheap for screen used props. And there's a ton of other stuff too. You know, there's a lot of cool perks in there.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, I think it's $25 to get your merch in there, so you could pay like $25 and slap your logo on something for the podcast or the Amityville site.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of options. People should check it out because there are a lot of options, and he prices them cheap because we didn't want to make a $20,000 movie. We wanted to make a $3,000 movie. So our perks aren't like $100; they're like 25 to. I mean, our special thanks credit's only 10, but I mean it's 25 to get your merch in, and I think it's only 30 if you're a musician and you want to put your song in the movie. Like he prices them to sell, and that's why we're doing so well. I think
part of it. Saying it's obviously working.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do also have to say, I do also have to say that $40 for a screen used ripped off nipple is a new sentence that I never thought I would hear. I think that might be the first time I've heard that one.
I mean, it's a killer air fryer movie, so I expect a lot of firsts.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, air fryers have been so popular for a couple of years now. How has no one done this? Come on. The only reason it only took me this long because I didn't get mine till December, so I just joined the cult like recently.
That was the first thing I thought when you reached out and started saying, "Hey, why is somebody needs to make this?" And once it was going on, I'm like, "Yeah, why has nobody done this before? How have we not had a killer air fryer movie?"
Yeah, I know. What a missed opportunity for everyone but me.
Exactly.
Actually, the only reason I even got one is because oddly, my neighbor and friend teenage kid wanted one for Christmas. No, for his birthday in December. Okay. So she got him a little one, but then she loved it, and she's like cooking for like 6 people out of this little thing in shifts because she likes it so much. And she told me, so I was like, "Oh, screw it, I'll get it." And then as soon as I ordered it, before it was even here, Maddie was like, Maddie Deering, she was like, "It's gonna change your life," and it did change my life. I love that thing. So I gave that teenage boy a special thanks credit in the movie because none of this would have happened without that kid for some reason wanting a friggin' air fryer for his birthday.
That is amazing.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stories behind this movie, like between that and the tattoo story.
Yeah,
it's a fun story. It's gonna be a fun movie. The whole thing is just fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, it's definitely on my radar.
Oh, I'm gonna harass the shit out of you to watch it when it comes out.
You won't have to because
it's Matthew Mark 100, so it's probably going to be on YouTube first. I hope it ends up on Trauma Now, though. Eventually, that's what I hope. I'd love that.
That sounds like a strong possibility. I mean, if he's already
Trauma Now is my personal aspiration for the movie. Actually, Babezilla is on Trauma Now, so we watched Charlie's Picture on Trauma Now, and them talking about 90-year-old Charlie Skinner being killed in a brothel, and then later on in the movie, someone's watching the newscast and you hear it again, 90-year-old Charlie Skinner. And I was like, Charlie, you're on Truman now. This is the greatest thing ever, you know? I love Babezilla, and I'm in the they're making a sequel with Mecha Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla or Babezilla, I mean, and Mecha Godzilla is my favorite, so I want in on Mecha Babezilla, and I'm going to be voicing a role in that. Actually, that's already confirmed. Confirmed.
Nice.
You're here first. I'm voicing a role in the Babezilla sequel with Mecha Babezilla.
And that's our exclusive.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I believe there's one other project that hit my radar that I saw. And matter of fact, I was looking at the trailer on that one as well earlier today. Waspzilla.
I was hoping it was going to be Waspzilla. It's out on DVD now.
Uh-huh.
And I love it. I love James's work. James Thomason made that. And he makes a lot of like early Asylum style cheesy CGI movies, except on a micro budget, like $5,000 or less, usually. And they're hilarious. He's got a ton of them on Tubi. Terrifying T-Rex used to be my favorite. Waspzilla is now, not just because I'm in it, but I think it's really great. Morgan, I pray I'm saying her new last name right. Milam, I think, might be Milam. Used to be, she just got married, but Morgan's in it, and she plays her own twin, and it's fantastic. And she did a great job with it, and James did a great job with it, and it's so much fun seeing her play her own twin, and she's fantastic. So double her is amazing.
Yeah,
and I think Mel has a remote role on a phone. Mel Heflin, and Angel Bradford plays Morgan's partner in it. So the cast is amazing. Clint Beaver's in it, of course. Oh, I got to shout out Hillary Torrey is the witness they keep talking to every time, and the newscaster is like disgusted with her. They have the best chemistry, and they're so funny. I hope those two are in every one of James's movies going forward because they are hilarious together. I love that character that Hillary does in that, and that newscaster plays it so well. I'm sorry, I don't know her name, but yeah, that's great. I love Waspzilla. I voiced one of the pilots who's like fighting Waspzilla.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and Clint Beaver, he drink Clint Beaver. He was a pilot too, as well. And so the fucking Waspzilla, spoiler alert, the wasp kills me in the plane. And then at the end credits, me and Charlie are getting killed again. So I died twice in that movie.
Awesome. How many people could say that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen this one yet. I do want to see it. I saw a couple of his other films. I saw Martian Massacre.
Yeah.
Which that one's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, it is.
And you're right about the CG just being plastered everywer.
Yeah. Terrifying T-Rex is great, and in Terrifying T-Rex, like every foot stomp's like, it's so good. And I love that guy, and I love his work.
Oh yeah, and who doesn't love Backwoods Bubba?
Right? What a cat! Rebecca Reinhardt, Heather Harlow. I think Julianne Prescott. I think she's in it too.
Yes,
I believe.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, so we actually just watched that because when Heather was announced that she was going to be in our movie, we did a Heather Harlow marathon.
That's cool.
And we just watched 12 Jets of Flux movies. 12 of them. And one of them, she was in it for like 5 seconds in the very first scene. Then we watched the rest of the movie anyway.
I didn't realize there were 12. Now I know.
There's more because a couple of Donald Farmers aren't streaming, but we watched the 12 that were streaming.
That's cool.
Yeah. Or that we had DVDs of.
Yeah.
We would have Farmers too, but they're only out on Blu-ray, and I'm a DVD guy still.
Yeah. I thought I saw wasn't there an announcement that there was going to be a Backwoods Bubba 2?
I don't know.
I thought I saw that, and they're like reassembling some of the previous people who've been on the project, like Rebecca.
Could be. It could be a I can't confirm or deny.
I'm gonna have to go look it up and confirm it. I will. I promise I will. Anyhow, so was Waspzilla a lot of fun?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. It's a great cast. The CGI is great. It's honestly, I think it's more polished than all his earlier movies. I really do.
Yeah.
I think he really did a great job with it, and I love it. I'm really looking forward to Killer Kong. That's
Yeah.
like his next CGI heavy one.
Yeah.
And I did a voice in that too.
Yeah. Like
So long ago that I can't remember what the hell my part was or what my lines were.
like I do have kind of a serious question about that since I've never really been on that end of it. When you record something that's intended to be a voiceover for a movie, like what kind of direction do you get? I mean, you're not sitting there staring at a blank screen just recording into your phone or something, are you?
I usually am for the very first take, with a couple of exceptions. A couple of times they gave me some advice beforehand, but usually I do the first take cold and I send them 2 or 3 different ideas. And then they'll either pick one or they'll get back to me with direction and be like, okay, more like this, more like that. Or sometimes they'll just hear their own lines and think it would sound more natural if it was written a different way.
Yeah.
Which I often think too, but I don't want to say it because they've written the script, so I stick to people's scripts. But
Right. Give them what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I didn't know how that worked because it seems, when you take away the visual aspect of it, it seems difficult because, you're kind of acting to nothing and trying to figure out where the pauses are and how to deliver something without anyone really reading lines to you.
Yeah. Well, I think they just edit each sentence and put it in, where it belongs because
Yeah.
they usually want me to do like one file of all of the dialogue.
Oh, okay.
Whereas I don't know how it's going to work with Crackcoon. Like maybe it goes like scene by scene or paragraph by paragraph, but I don't know. Because this is the first time I've done like a whole movie with the whole script.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for answering that question. And thanks for coming on. I hate to keep drawing this out on you. I know that this is typically a little longer than you usually go, but I knew I'd milk you for a little bit extra,
I enjoy talking to you guys, and I appreciate the chance to talk about these movies because
Yeah.
these are all movies that I'm really excited about.
Yeah. So if you were going to encourage anybody to do anything right now, what would it be? Like go contribute to the air fryer slaughter?
I mean, I'd
campaign?
love for them to contribute, but even if they just checked it out and sharing is the best. So the more people that hear about it, the better. Not just to raise money, but just so they're aware of the movie and thinking, hey, maybe that's interesting. I'd like to watch it when it comes out. So sharing is the big thing for me. Check out the campaign. I think when people see the campaign, they might want to contribute because I think people are going to want to be part of this. Obviously, we have 60 backers already, so people do want to be part of this. And I got to give a shout out to Claire Bacon, Slutty the Clown.
Yay!
Claire was literally the first person I approached to be in this movie. And she said yes, and I was so friggin' happy because I love that character and I love Claire and Richard. So I really wanted them to be part of it. So
yeah,
I was so excited to see them on there too. Claire and Richard are just such dear friends of ours, and I know she will give it 150%, like 200%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know she will too.
Yeah, she won't let you down.
I love it. And every movie needs a sexy clown.
Right?
Of course it does.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what it's about.
That's right.
Philadelphia should have had a sexy clown.
It should have. It should have.
I've never seen that movie. I just know what it's
That's the clip.
I have seen it, and I could tell you it does need a sexy clown.
Yeah, right? Everyone like
Right
remember that sexy clown in Schindler's List?
Yeah, I do remember that.
That made the movie.
Oh, Matt, thank you very much for showing up and answering our questions and indulging all of our weirdness. And I just want to say, on behalf of myself, on behalf of Ryan, Matt, and sexy clowns everywhere, remember,
Smile, you son of a bitch!